For over 2,000 years, they were hiding in plain sight. Giant drawings, a hummingbird as long as a football field, a monkey with a strange spiraled tail, a towering figure some people call the astronaut. All of them carved into one of the driest deserts on Earth. But here is the strange part. From the ground, you can barely see them at all. To recognize what they truly are, you have to rise into the sky. So who drew messages that no human on Earth could read for centuries? And who or what were they drawing them for? For 100 years, we believed we had finally found them all. Then, just 2 years ago, an artificial intelligence helped archaeologists uncover more than 300 more that human eyes had missed. They are called the Nazca Lines, etched into an exceptionally dry plateau in southern Peru, where wind and rain are extremely rare. There are hundreds of them. Some are simple, perfectly straight lines running for kilometers across the desert floor. Others are astonishing: a spider, a condor, a monkey, a hummingbird, each one enormous. The largest figures stretch more than 1,000 feet from end to end. And every one of them shares the same impossible quality. You cannot take them in from the ground. Walk across them and you'd see nothing but shallow scratches in the dirt. Their full shape only appears from high above, from a perspective unavailable to anyone standing on the desert floor. Which leaves us with a question that has haunted archaeologists for nearly a century. If no one could see them, who were they made for? The answer begins with a people we barely remember, the Nazca, who lived here between roughly 2,000 and 1,300 years ago, long before the Inca, long before Europeans set foot in the Americas. And their method was deceptively simple. The desert floor is covered in dark, reddish stones, baked by the sun. Beneath them lies pale, lighter earth. To draw, the Nazca simply removed the dark stones and exposed the bright ground underneath, like tracing a line through sand to reveal the color below. Because this desert almost never sees rain or wind, those lines have survived for millennia. Their curves are smooth, their proportions accurate across enormous distances, all achieved by people who could never once step back to see the whole. Exactly how each figure was planned and laid out is still debated, but experiments have shown they could have been created with nothing more than simple wooden stakes, ropes, and careful surveying. So why build them at all? For decades, the boldest guesses filled the silence. One famous researcher, Maria Rika, spent much of her life here, convinced the lines were a giant astronomical calendar, markers pointing to the rising sun and stars, tracking the seasons. Others proposed something more earthly, that in a desert this dry, the lines were tied to water, ritual pathways pleading with the gods for rain. And then there is the theory you've probably heard whispered in documentaries, that only visitors from the sky could have designed them, so the lines must be signals to the stars. It's a thrilling idea. It's also almost certainly wrong. Everything about the lines, the local stones, the local tools, the imagery drawn straight from Nazca pottery, points not upward to aliens, but inward to a very human civilization. The real answer, it turns out, was waiting in the ground the whole time. We just needed a new way to see it. That new way of seeing arrived from an unexpected place: artificial intelligence. A team from Japan's Yamagata University, working with IBM researchers, trained an AI to hunt for the faint traces human surveyors kept missing. Over nearly a century of searching, archaeologists had cataloged around 430 of these figures. The AI, scanning the same desert, helped uncover more than 300 new ones in a matter of months, nearly doubling everything we knew. And these new figures were different, smaller, fainter, tucked along ancient footpaths. A killer whale clutching a knife, scenes of human sacrifice, severed heads, camelids, birds. But the most important discovery wasn't any single image, it was where they were found. Many of the new figures cluster along ancient trails, and researchers now think they may have marked ritual pathways, meaning they were experienced by people walking through the landscape rather than simply viewed from above. The lines may not have been a message to the sky at all. They may have been a road for the living. And here's the part that should give you chills. Researchers estimate the desert isn't finished with us yet, that as many as 250 more figures may still be waiting out there, unseen. For 2,000 years, the Nazca left a message across the earth so vast it could only be read from above. For 100 years, we searched by eye and thought we'd reached the end. Now a machine has shown us we had barely begun. The desert of Nazca isn't a mystery we've solved. It's a library we're only just learning to read. One line, one figure, one silent story at a time. And somewhere out there, under the pale desert dust, the next drawing is still waiting for someone to finally look up and see it. If this desert can still surprise us after 2,000 years, imagine what else is out there, waiting. There are more ancient mysteries the modern world is only now beginning to unravel, and we're working through them one by one. Subscribe and let's uncover the next one together.